waiting on the job to call me to have my phone interview. I am so nervous. My heart is racing right now. But I think I'm good. I think I did my practice. I've been reviewing. I've been trying, so I think I'm good. Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Ms. Martinez, please?
Yes, this is she.
Hi, I'm the lead recruiter on this HR operations specialist role. Saw your application come through, kind of liked what I saw. Can you tell me a little bit about what you do?
I was in charge of the full employee life cycle, so entering new hires into the human resources system, as well as making sure all documentations are accurately completed, W-4s, direct deposit. I'm more in charge of recruitment processing, creating job listings, screening resumes, conducting initial interviews, and then I'm also in charge of now delegating the HR responsibilities and ensure that everything is processed correctly. So approved wages to be changed, deduction codes.
You guys have about how many employees?
Oh, I mean, it varies. Each site was approximately 1,000 to 4,000 employees, and I had 20 sites. So it's a lot of.
Cool. So let me tell you a little bit about what we're looking for. We're really looking for someone who's able to kind of take ownership of the HR system that we have in-house. We're using Paycom today. Essentially just to ensure that it's functional, accurate, and that we're maintaining the compliance within the system. We really want to bring someone in who can own the employee onboarding process. We're also looking for someone to kind of manage the promotions, demotions, transfers, any wage changes within the system, and then also to manage the employee auditing and organizational initiatives, right, with employee engagement survey, those core HR projects, helping first line. And we're also looking for someone who can assist with reporting on HR metrics. How does that sound to you? Do you think that's something that you'd be interested in?
Yeah, it sounds like fairly kind of what I already do. So I will be very comfortable in it, and that's kind of more what I'm looking for too. Because this job, it sounds like exactly what you said, but also as well as payroll. So I like and I prefer and I feel like I'm more, that's more my calling is the HR instead of a little bit less of payroll. So that's exactly what I'm looking for.
There's almost no payroll functions in this. The only thing that touches payroll is just processing the transactions.
Yeah, that's something what I'm looking for, yeah.
Sweet. You feel pretty comfortable that you could step into the role with the HRS and you're using Paycor today?
Yes. And I also used Valiant in the beginning, and honestly, it was such an easy transition for me because I feel like they all have kind of similar things. Yeah, I feel like it just takes a week or so to get used to where things are and know where to get things quickly as possible. But I feel like a lot of it, it's kind of the same,
Yeah, absolutely. Do you really? I would say the first 90 to 120 days would be 100% on site. 90, 120 days is on site in order to learn the system, meet the people, get familiar with the business, get trained up by the other members of the HR team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there it could transition to a hybrid schedule,
on getting my HR, my SHRM
Yeah, the Sherm CP.
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. Okay, sweet. All right, well, those were pretty much all the questions that I have for you. What questions do you have for me?
Yeah, so I saw on the job description that it said that you guys have a dynamic company culture and a workforce. Can you go more in detail into that?
Yeah, so we do have a pretty dynamic workforce. I will tell you, for our revenue size, we do about 110 accounting, IT, HR needs to cooperate with every department, and so it's pretty much focused on remaining dynamic, right? Remaining flexible, being able to assist where you can cross-departmentally. That's really important to us. On the topic of culture, I will say that we're kind of going through a bit of a culture reimagination. So back to slowly rebuilding like what the culture looks like, and then also HR's role in the culture, right? So we've been rebuilding that. There are a lot of processes that were outdated that we needed to modernize. A lot of
To have a work-life balance, and I'm actually that's really important to me. So would you say this company would values a work-life balance, or?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just tell you, I open the role. I would say that from the companies I worked in manufacturing, I was in the military, I've worked in construction roles too. This is by far the job I've had the most work-life balance and flexibility in.
Great. And for the hybrid, are you guys like flexible? Like, does it have to be like a schedule, or is there like 1 week I can come? Like, how's that like?
Yeah, so I'm also on the hybrid schedule. There are weeks I don't come in regular attendance, right? Be remote Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, and I'll be in person Thursday, Friday, or change it up. I would say as long as it's predictable, it's fine, and you're being communicative.
Okay. Yeah. It definitely sounds like it's a perfect fit for me. So is there any more questions? Because that's the questions that I really had.
No, I don't really have any more questions for you. Next steps would be I'll consolidate my notes on this conversation. I'll go back to my boss, Megan Clark. She's the VP of HR, and you'll also receive a rejection email from us if we decide not to move forward. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you. Bye-bye.